Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello and welcome. You watching RTD Djibouti. It's 9 p.m. and it's time for the English news edition. Let's have a look at the top headlines. End of training for the mastery of budget management. In the Mediterranean, 164 migrants are waiting to be able to land. Hello and welcome again. It is with great sadness that we learned of the death the late Ahmed Ali Silai occurred on Thursday. He was buried today in the cemetery of PK12. Born in the mid-1950s, the late Ahmed Ali Silai was an independent activist after her studies in France. He made her career in education, where he was a teacher before serving his country as Deputy Minister in charge of international cooperation between 2008 and 2016. He leaves behind a widow and several children and a large family. Many messages of condolence have been coming since yesterday, sharing the pain of the family and its loved one. Prime Minister Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed expressed his sincere condolence to the family of the late Ahmed Ali Silai, his relative and classmates. First, the Sultan of Gobad Habib Mohammed Boko, Minister of Foreign Affairs Mohammed Ali Yusuf, and the entire Djibouti diplomatic family. Former Prime Minister Dileita Mohammed Dileita associate themselves with the family's grief and offer their sincere condolence to the family, as well as to the relatives and the late Ahmed Ali Silai. In addition, the Minister of Transport, Mr. Musa Mohammed Ahmed, the Secretary of State for Decentralization, Mr. Hamadou Mohammed Aramis, the Minister of Environment, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Halam, the Minister of Budget, Abdul Karim Aden, dare not to mention the Secretary General of the Prime Minister, Mr. Naguib Abdullah Kamil. The former Minister Muhammad Dini offered their most sad condolences to the family and relatives of the late Ahmed Ali Silai, rahimahullah. The President of the Fruit, Mr. Ali Muhammad Daoud, on this day of remembrance to his friend's creator brother Ahmed Ali Silai, offered his most sad condolences to his wife, his children, and his large family. Ahmed Ali Silai, a founding member of the Fruit, was the Minister of International Cooperation and served his country at the highest level. The country lost a great patriot. On behalf of all the party's militants, its governing bodies, including the central committees, the executive committees, and the various federations, I send my most sad condolences to all the family. Kamil Hamad Ahmed Fatuma, parliamentarian Mohammed Hamadou, and Hadi Ahmed the Berkali marked their condolences. Finally, we received condolences from Djibouti's ambassadors in Berlin, Ahmed Aden, Mohammed Dileita; in Japan, Mr. Ahmed Arete Ali; in Moscow, Mohammed Ali Kamil; and in Eritrea, Mr. Aden Ali Mohammadi; in Kuwait, Mohammed Mumin Ahmed Dini Farah, Mr. Baragoita Said, and Mr. Abaizid Sultan, and the Abba family. All pray to the God Lord to welcome him into his eternal paradise. Ameen. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. The two-day seminar on the preparation and execution of the budget of local authorities was closed, organized jointly by the Secretary of State for Decentralization, the Ministry of the Budget, and the Ministry of Labor responsible for administrative reform. This training aimed to better equip regional elected officials with the necessary knowledge and skills in a crucial area, the management of the local authorities' budget. To better carry out their elective mandates, it is necessary for regional elected officials to have the knowledge and skills in budgetary management. This is self-evident insofar as decentralization allows for the transfer of number of tax revenues to local authorities. Hence, the interest for the government to better equip regional advisors in this specific area. This is the whole point for this training, which focuses on the preparation and execution of the local authorities' budget. At the launch of this training, several personalities successfully took the floor at the microphone to highlight the importance of this training for regional councillors in the fulfillment of their elected mandates, on the one hand, and the good progress of the decentralization issue on the other hand. INAP, as an accompanier of the decentralization process, speaking at the launch of this seminar, the Minister of Labor and Administrative Reform stressed INAP's leading role in supporting the decentralization process. INAP support the decentralization process. Indeed, the effective transfer to local authorities of the function and responsibilities devolved to them requires will trained human resource, he said in substance. As part of the PNSF program accompaniment measures, a UNFD team composed of Mrs. Ruqia Yusuf Ali, head of the Health Commission, Mr. Shamarki Hassan, program coordinator, and Mr. Abdulrazak Ahmed Abdullahi, monitoring and evaluation coordinator, visited Hanley 2 in the Dikil region for awareness-raising activities on health and family well-being. This awareness session focused on malaria prevention, family planning and nutrition for pregnant women and children aged 0 to 5 years. With regard to strengthening nutrition practices, participants were presented with culinary demonstration activities based on nutrition foods, namely legume varieties and cereals that are available and affordable at lower cost. These activities was attended by the Yoboki sub-prefect Mr. Adu Ahado Ali and the Henley village chief. It should be recalled that this vast government program to combat poverty is initiated by the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity. Similar activities have also been carried out by the UNFD in the localities in Kontali, Shekheti, Bondara and Gorabuz. As part of the implementation of the National Plan for the Response to Malaria, the People's Palace hosted a series of cascade training sessions focusing on the popularization of the new malaria management protocol in Djibouti, targeting all health care providers in the public and private sectors. These training courses aim to strengthen the medical management of malaria by adopting innovative and better adopted protocols that take into account the new epidemiological context. In total, nearly 270 participants, made up in doctors, nurses, midwives, and laboratory technicians, were able to benefit from this cascade training session based on the new malaria management guide. Launched on July 29, these training courses will continue until August 5, 2010, and will strengthen the therapeutic skills in healthcare workers in order to adequately prepare them for the multifaceted campaign to fight malaria, which will be intensified as the cool season approaches. On Thursday, August 1st, 2019, a ceremony was held at the Federation of the Annex of the RPP, Section 4, Section 6, and the Anglais, a ceremony to create the Solidarity Fund of the Section 6. Organized by the Section 6 Council and the RNDS Network as part of the Development and Social Cohesion Program initiated by the RNDS and sponsored by the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity. This project consists of 3 stars, namely a Solidarity Fund, a food bank, a material office. For your information, this is the 6th Solidarity Fund today. Severe storms hit the village of Omar Jaga in the Arta region on the road to Unity yesterday. Some roofs were washed away, trees were torn off. This is an unprecedented phenomenon where summer is dry and civil protection is particularly concerned about bad weather and fires in particular. The prefect of the region of Hata Abdullahi Darar Oki visited the disaster, to which he was able to provide first aid, namely mattresses, kitchen utensils, foodstuffs, etc. Moving now on the international news, there are now 3 ships sailing in the Mediterranean water to help migrants. 2 of them are currently trapped between Tunisia and Malta. The humanitarian boat Open Arms, which rescued 69 migrants off Libya during the night of Thursday to Friday, a few kilometers further north near to Italian island of Lampedusa. The Alan Kurdish ship with 40 people on board is looking for a port to land, but the Italian Interior Minister Matteo Salvini has already signed an order to deny them access to his country territorial water. The third ship, the Ocean Viking, is chartered by the association SOS Mediterranean and MCF, 2 NGOs that had already sent the Aquarius to sea before being permanently immobilized last year. In all, on Friday afternoon, 164 migrants are on board rescue ship waiting to disembark. And that's all for the news. Thank you for watching us. Have a wonderful night.